My Immortal contains many disturbing scenes, including self-harm, bad wizard sex, and My Chemical Romance fans. No one will blame you if you turn away now. Hey guys, PDT here with another bumper dose of My Immortal. Yeah, don't get too used to it. I'm just trying to play catch up / compensate for the fact I don't know when I'm next going to be doing it. Though I've got a few days off early next week, so fingers crossed. Anyway, we're on chapter 13 now. You might remember from chapter 12. Turned out most of the teachers at Hogwarts were paedophiles, and Harry Potter, and the vampiric entity that became Harry Potter tried to rape Ebony. So it's all go in Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Chapter 13. Author's note. Raven, thanks for gelping me again. I'm sorry I took your poster of Gerard, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Wow. Okay, so there's been drama between Ebony and Tara. She stole a poster, but so that she could masturbate to it. Brilliant. Prep stop flaming ginging. XXXXXXXXX. Vampire and I ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Because, yeah, Dumbledore's such a terrifying guy. Well, he is if he's got a headache. Motherfuckers. Dumbledore, Dumbledore! We both yelled. So I guess that's his first name. He's in this canon, he's kind of got rid of the Alba stuff. It's Dumbledore, Dumbledore. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Just got a mild headache at this point. Voldemort has Draco, we shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't. We need to save Draco, we begged. Why? No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to... He's really not got a headache. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco. You're the fucking headmaster. You know, take some responsibility. I know Draco's a cock, but... Not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony. Wow, Dumbledore's a harsh taskmaster. Like, you get caught having legal age consensual sex in the forest one time, and Dumbledore's just like, yeah, I don't care. Let the incarnation of evil kidnap you. See if I give a shit. He said while he frowned, looking at me. Besides, I never liked him much anyway. Oh, then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco, he moaned. Brackets notes, author's note. Don't you think gay guys are so hot? Well, I mean, according to you, 2 chapters ago, they've got AIDS. So, I mean, I think some gay guys are hot, but I don't really think they're hot because I'm not. Anyway, let's just move on, shall we? It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood, which is a thing vampires do, apparently. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. I had one, it's gone. Let's say nothing more of it. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Doesn't matter what spell. Then, suddenly, we were in Voldemort's lair. We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, "Alakadabra, Alakadabra." Well, that's the Muslim version of the Harry Potter death curse. It was ... Voldemort. Well, obviously, someone using the killing curse in Voldemort's lair. There's a good chance, isn't there? Chapter 14. Author's note. Fuck off, Preps, okay? Yeah, for God's sake, Preps, come on. Raven, thanks for helping again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed and I had to go to the hospital because I slipped my wrists. I mean, we knew this was coming. Look, go and watch my video about the moral issues with this. P.S. I'm not updating till you give me 10 God reveals. So it's it's something she got over quite quickly, is what I'm saying. XXXX6XXXX. Just take it as read. Warning. Some of this chapter is extremely scary. No, extremely scray. Some of this chapter is extremely scray. Viewer excretion. Viewer excretion advised. I think there's only one person excreting stuff here, Tara Gillespie, and it's not me. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out that Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. We couldn't really be bothered to look him up. Draco was there crying tears of blood, because that's what happens. Snaketail was torturing him. Wormtail? I mean, either way, it's just the fat guy who killed Cedric. Sorry, Timothy Spall, but there you go. Vampire and I ran in front of Snaketail. Rid my sight, you despicable preps, he shouted. And even Timothy Spall is just like, rid my sight, you despicable preps. I'm no good with accents, but I'm going to keep doing them. He shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. I mean, why would Voldemort give him the gun? And it's not going to work on his people, is it? Then he suddenly looked at me and fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. Ebony, I love you, will you have sex with me? He said. In brackets, in this, he is 16 years old, so he's not a paedophile, okay? Because, she's happy to make the teachers paedophiles, but making Wormtail a paedophile, that is a step too far. Huh? I asked. Ebony, I love you, will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You torture my boyfriend, then you expect me to fuck you? God, you are so fucked up, you fucking bastard. I said, angrily. Shit, sorry. I'll have to record it all again. Then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. You should have just shot him. No, he screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Why? You were just calling him a fucking bastard a minute ago. Now it's like, no, I killed the bad guy. How dare I? Snaketail, what art thou doing? Called Voldemort, who is still kind of from the 16th century. Then he started coming. Oh, I think he's just approaching them at this point. And in this story, you really can't tell. It's like Voldemort could well just be jizzing in his pants. I think not. We could hear his high heels clacking to us. So this is like Voldemort as played by Eddie Izzard. And this is yeah, I'd like to see that actually. Voldemort as Eddie Izzard, Dumbledore, Samuel L. Jackson. You've got quite a dynamic going on there, I think. So we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. Then I started crying. Well, of course. What's wrong, honey? Asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. Read the room, Draco. Read the room. He had a sex pack. And then in brackets, get it? Because he's so sexer. We get it. And a really huge you-know-what and everything. I mean, if you ever want to have an adult relationship with Draco Malfoy, you've really got to get over the whole penis thing. It's so unfair, I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here? Except for Bloody Mary, because she's not ugly or anything. Yeah, why do I have to be so beautiful? You know, it is my burden, my curse. You know, I feel you, Ebony. Not literally. You're 17 and, frankly, a bit of a handful. Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like the preps anyway. They are such fucking sluts, answered Draco. I mean, if we're going to start talking about sluts, guys, come on. Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like, Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me, and now even Snaketail is in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay, Draco? Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily. And then in brackets, author's note. Don't worry, Ennaby isn't a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. Just like it's out of her hands. You know, the author is just saying what Ebony thinks. It's not her fault that everyone thinks she's so pretty and hot and beautiful and would just like to screw her with their you-know-whats. I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking curse. I shouted and then I ran away. And I should say that whole last paragraph, I'm reading this from the My Immortal wiki, and that whole paragraph just links to the page for Mary Sue. I think that's fair. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Chapter 15. Because chapter 13 was very short. Chapter 15. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? BTW, you suck from now on. Every time someone flams me, I'm going to slip my wrists. Thanks to Raven for helping. I mean, that's not... I'm not sure that at this point, people are believing you're going to go through your promises. I mean, and even if they are, you've shown that slitting your wrists really has no consequences in the real world. PDTs know it does. Don't ever do it. But yeah, her view of slitting her wrist seems to be a very temporary thing, and I would suggest maybe something from someone who's never actually done it. I don't want to put judgment, but the way she deals with wrist slitting so lightly kind of suggests to me, because it's, I've never done it either, but I feel like it's quite a traumatic life experience. Anyway, XXX 666XX, etc. Ebony, shouted Draco sadly. No, please, come back. No, please, come back. But I was too mad. Well, again, I don't want to go into mental health issues, but yes. Whatever. Now you can go and have sex with Vampire, I shouted. Why is she angry with him? I've missed this bit. I think she's just angry with him because he said that it was okay for her to be so hot and beautiful. Yeah, okay. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with my blood-red key. I mean, I don't think this is the kind of thing that Hogwarts dishes out. I think they probably just give standard issue keys. From what I remember, the doors don't actually have locks. It's all bloody paintings and riddles and things. It had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. That's definitely not standard Hogwarts issue. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to slit my wrists. I drank the blood, all depressed. I mean, I'm not sure you even know what depression is. Quite honestly, Then I looked at my black GC watch, good Charlotte guys, and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short, ripped black gothic dress that said "Anarchy" on the front in blood red letters, and was all ripped and a spiky belt. Jesus, we don't need to know every single time in such detail. Under that, I put on ripped black I've just lost the will to speak. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them. Yeah, MST3K fan. She doesn't like Mike. Very much a Joel fan. God knows what she thinks of Jonah. With blood red letters. I put my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. You're a bloody laugh, Ebony. Yeah. I did some advanced biology work. No, you didn't. No. You don't spend enough time. I mean, most of the lessons so far you either skipped out on or you've just fucked Harry Potter in the middle of. I feel like you're not paying enough attention to be doing anything advanced. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Biology. Suddenly, the guitar turned to Draco. Enderby, I love you, he shouted sadly. I do not care what these fucker preps and posers think. You are the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit suicide all the time. I mean, she still does, so clearly, not likewise, Draco. Now I just want to fucking be with you. I fucking love you. Then he started to sing The Chronicles of Life and Death. In brackets, we considered it our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it. I mean, I quite liked Clowns in the Sky or Tubular, but again, I'm doing an MST3K reference. So I'm going to stop. right in front of the entire class. Well, I guess it's better than fucking in front of them. His singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Gerard, Joel, Chester Pierre and Marilyn Manson. Author's note: don't you think those guys are so hot? If you do not know who they are, then get the fuck out to Hodor. Get the fuck out to Odd Hor. I think, yeah, we're getting to kind of Hodor territory. I'm never doing like multiple ones in a recording again, because I just I'm not going to say I want to slip my wrists, but I'm starting to see where Ebony's coming from. OMFG, I said after he was finished. Some fucking prep stared at us. Yeah, probably a teacher who's just really annoyed that he's interrupted the lesson with shit singing. But I just stuck up my middle fingers because I'm such a sassy bitch. That were covered in black nail polish and were entwined with Dracos now. How do you do that when you're entwined? Is it kind of... It doesn't work, is what I'm saying. Yeah, funny that. I love you, I said. And then we started to kiss just like Hilary Duff. I fucking hate that bitch, she says as an author's note. And CMM in a Cinderella story. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted, hang on, hasn't Lupin been sent to St. Mango's or whatever it was for being a paedophile? Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by now at how sexy we looked together. She just hates being so beautiful. You know, it's her curse. Also the vampire thing, that's the main curse she's got on her, but you know. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other all shocked, and then we went together. So, in the space of, this can't have been more than a day, both Good Charlotte and My Chemical Romance have held impromptu concerts in Hogsmeade. That's no way to advertise a concert. You should, it's probably just going to be them there. Because if you just we're having a concert now, guys. I know they're wizards and things and can teleport, but people have got duties, you know. Yeah, I really feel like writing to My Chemical Romance and just saying that's no way to advertise a gig, guys. I can help. Maybe it'd be better if you had me as a manager or something. I'm kidding. I have no idea what My Chemical Romance are like. I'm sure they're great.